Lex Luthor and Jester infiltrate a facility and steal a fancy little object called the Quantum Trigger. Just as they're about to leave, the alarm goes off and the emergency doors are beginning to shut down, one after the other. In order to buy Luthor time to escape with the loot, Jester stays behind and gets beat up by Jed, Jarkus, and Angelique. He tries to stall them, but when Angelique sticks her fiery sword into him, Jester brandishes a bomb that destroys an entire floor, killing him along with the two Guardians. Luthor says his farewell, but then Ultraman and his team appear and try to capture Luthor, who escapes into another dimension. Superman and the rest of the Justice League are seen not setting up the last pieces of a teleporter. Batman activates it and brings Flash up to their station. In the meantime, Luthor surrenders himself in one of the police stations, requesting the Justice League to come and talk with him. Superman, Flash, and Wonder Woman meet Luthor in the interrogating room, and Superman finds out that Luthor has come from a parallel Earth, as his organs are reversed, and the real Luthor is in prison. Luthor tells of how he was the leader of the Justice League in his world, and now he's the only surviving member. A group of supervillains, called the Crime Syndicate, has wiped out the Justice League in the alternate Earth, and Luthor asks of the help of the other Justice League to destroy the Crime Syndicate and save his world. As our heroes debate about whether to help Luthor or not, their guest hides the invaluable Quantum Trigger inside their headquarters. The team agrees to help, but without Batman's involvement. In the other Earth, the Crime Syndicate searches for the Quantum Trigger, when suddenly there pops Luthor with the Justice League by his side. Owlman orders an attack. Superwoman attacks Luthor, but Superman intervenes before he gets knocked down with a punch from Superwoman. He retaliates, but then a boy zaps him, and Superman endures and grabs the boy, throwing him against the wall. Superwoman hits Superman with a column, and the two of them fight again. Flash attacks a rubber man and drags him along as he runs across the room. Wonder Woman fights and knocks out a woman armed with sais. She repels the attack, hits her with her knee, and throws her down with a hit behind her head. Another adversary, a woman that transforms into a lion, pounces now on Wonder Woman. The Martian Manhunter floats out of the door behind his enemy and takes him out with a single punch. Flash has eliminated the rubber man, but when a strange woman addresses him, he makes the mistake of looking into her mesmerizing white eyes. Wonder Woman fights the lion, which turns into a cobra and then into a bear. Astonished but not letting her guard down, she lifts the bear and knocks out the beast, which quickly transforms into a woman. Meanwhile, Green Lantern, caught in the clutches of his enemy, forms a huge fist and hits her hard. Wonder Woman beats down the mysterious woman and breaks the mind trick that has gotten hold of Flash. Superman overwhelms both Superwoman and Owlman. In a moment of respite, Luthor says that they have to retreat because Superwoman has called in reinforcements. The heroes flee, but Owlman pursues them in his plane, firing at Wonder Woman, who tries to stop him. Soon enough, 3 made men come and attack our heroes. Wonder Woman has a hard time with Owlman, but manages to throw him off the plane. Green Lantern gets beat up and falls unconscious, but is saved by Martian Manhunter. Wonder Woman gets control of Owlman's plane and picks up Flash, while Luthor beats a made man. Superman feels like a tennis ball between Superwoman and a made man, but he soon comes out of it. Luthor, Superman, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern board the hijacked plane that has been cloaked and escape despite the futile efforts of the made men. The Crime Syndicate meets up now and discusses their plans. Owlman presents the team with the construction of a quantum aegistate device, QED for short, something that, when completed, will give the Crime Syndicate ultimate power. A woman named Rose Wilson, the daughter of the President of the United States, is giving a speech about people having to stand up against the Crime Syndicate. Luthor leads the Justice League to his hideout and fills them in about the top members of the Crime Syndicate. Ultraman is the leader, but each member has its own family members, supervillains called the Made Men. Luthor suggests hitting the Syndicate all together, but Superman disagrees, saying that it would be better if they split up in 3 teams and get the job done quickly. Owlman shows Superwoman a similar device he has made that will allow them to go to other Earths. Flash and Martian Manhunter attack a dock warehouse, Flash busts open a crate full of missiles before he is assaulted by Archer. Martian Manhunter, bearing the form of a sea serpent, grabs Archer. A Banshee lady attacks him, but Flash steps in and attacks the woman, carrying her over and dropping her into the water. Martian Manhunter maneuvers splendidly against two foes and tears a hole in the ship. In the meantime, Wonder Woman and Green Lantern storm another warehouse. Wonder Woman blows up a truck and fights a similar Wonder Woman who punches her and beats her with a stick. Green Lantern takes care of the guards inside, and Wonder Woman fights off her enemy and knocks her out cold. Superman and Luthor challenge now Ultraman to come out and face them. Superman grabs Ultraman's lackey, and Luthor activates the alarm. Ultraman comes, and Luthor attacks him with a series of punches. Ultraman, however, doesn't feel a thing, and beats Luthor hard. He uses his heat vision to pierce through his armor, but Luthor takes out a blue kryptonite, Ultraman's great weakness. Luthor now gets the upper hand and punches Ultraman away. He tells him that his reign of terror will soon be over, and hands him over to the cops. Soon, secret agents approach Luthor and tell him that President Slade Wilson wants to have a word with him and the Justice League. In the White House, the president scolds Luthor and the rest of the heroes about their irresponsible actions. Luthor, Superman, and Martian Manhunter tell him that they have to do something about this threat. The president informs them that Ultraman has been released because the world is afraid of the crime syndicate. Rose comes in then and asks her father to finally take action and save the world. Before they leave, Superman tells the president that when good men do nothing, evil triumphs. Owlman reveals his plan of destroying the Earth Prime, the original planet from which all parallels begin, and thus end reality and all life on the other Earths. Superwoman is into that plan and kisses Owlman. The president and his daughter seem now to be on bad terms. Ultraman comes shortly afterwards and threatens Rose's life. The president gets angry at that and responds that he will nuke the syndicate. Ultraman slaps the president and reveals that they too have a bomb. As Owlman searches for the Earth Prime, he finds the Earth where Luthor has hid the quantum trigger. Superwoman takes 3 made men and goes to get it. Batman attempts to stop them with a work loader at first, knocking down the made men, but gets in trouble with Superwoman. The 4 intruders corner Batman, who calls in reinforcements from Earth. 5 superheroes come now, and pretty soon fists start flying all around. Aquaman hits 1 made man, while Black Canary hits Superwoman, who flees with Batman hot on her heels. The other heroes take out the made men, with Aquaman punching and Firestorm enraging one of the made men, before Black Canary saves him by screaming inside his ear. The last made man standing proves a bit too tough for the heroes, but Black Lightning zaps him down. Superwoman locates the quantum trigger. Batman tries to stop her, but he can't oppose her, and Superwoman kisses him before activating the portal back to her Earth. Batman manages to jump in time and follow them, but unfortunately he ends up in her strong hands. Meanwhile, Rose gives another passionate speech about the crime syndicate, unaware that Archer is ready to kill her. Luckily for her, Martian Manhunter is there to catch the arrow and save her life. He then goes to confront Archer, and soon enough the police apprehend him. Rose shows his appreciation, and Martian Manhunter promises to watch over her until the threat is eliminated. In the meantime, Superwoman toys with Batman, who tries to put up a fight, but he is too weak compared to her, and that he ends up with a broken rib. Batman, however, has a few aces up his sleeve. He tosses smoke bombs at her. Superwoman inhales the smoke, but as it turns out, it is anesthetic gas. Superwoman loses her senses, and when she comes to, she is bound and helpless at the hands of the Justice League. Batman lashes out at Luthor about what it was that he hid in their headquarters. Luthor tells them about the quantum trigger, and that the crime syndicate is planning to use it to wipe out the Earth. One of Superwoman's henchmen delivers the quantum trigger to Owlman, who grins in satisfaction. Rose gets to know Martian Manhunter inside her limousine. The two of them are attuned and share their memories, coming closer. Rose then reveals where the crime syndicate base is. The supervillains prepare to launch the bomb, but Justice League is in on their way to stop them. They enter the base, confront Ultraman, Owlman, Johnny Quick, Power Ring, and Superwoman, who is soon released. Power Ring traps the team, but Superman evades and hits him. Green Lantern fights Power Ring while Johnny Quick beats Batman until Flash steps in. Batman and Owlman fight each other. Superwoman is against Wonder Woman, who is better, and pins her down. Flash forms a fancy piece of equipment from pieces Johnny Quick throws at him before he starts beating him again. Superman and Ultraman cross their heat vision rays and then start fighting. Luthor tries to deactivate the bomb. Owlman overwhelms Batman and knocks him out before taking the QED to Earth Prime. Luthor breaks the news to everyone. Ultraman and Johnny Quick don't like what they hear and agree to assist. Batman tries to find the coordinates, but Owlman has locked them out. Luthor thinks of a way to get to Earth Prime, but requires the ultra speed of someone who can open a portal. Flash offers to do it, but Batman says no. Johnny Quick then goes up on the platform and opens a portal for Batman to step in and get to Earth Prime. Owlman greets Batman and tells him that humans are responsible for everything bad there is in all the worlds out there. He activates the QED, and Batman tries to stop him. Owlman punches and kicks Batman, defending well, even against his tricks. While he talks, Batman plants a bomb on his mask and runs to deactivate the sequence. Owlman grabs him and begins to strangle him, but Batman escapes, traps Owlman with the QED, and sends him to a barren and frozen Earth that is soon destroyed by the bomb, along with the mad supervillain. Batman returns and Johnny Quick stops vibrating, but he has turned so old that he dies. Ultraman refuses to surrender until Martian Manhunter comes in, bringing along the President and the Marines, who force Ultraman and his crew to surrender. President Wilson is grateful for the help of the Justice League, and Martian Manhunter says goodbye to Rose with a kiss. The Justice League returns to their Earth and smile when they see their new recruits. Thrilling film comes to an end. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.